Whew. Good morning, Natural Easters. I'm up. Haven't been up here in a minute. Sitting up here drinking my coffee. Ugh. If I look like I got bags under my eyes, I got them honest. I had the grandchildren this weekend. Well, Friday night, Saturday, their mother and father had to come get them. I had them this weekend, Saturday. They had to come get them because I actually have to work this afternoon. Let me tell y'all something. I had to do both of those heads. And those heads, imagine doing two heads of hair that's much thicker than mine, twice as thick as mine, especially the oldest girl. And her hair has gotten longer. It is now down her back. And it's not down her back thin, it's down her back thick. I didn't even blow dry her head. I gave her some ponytails with a wet style. I let it stay wet and I ponytailed it up as fast as I could because she has low porosity. So, of course, when you have low porosity, your hair dries quicker unless you have product on it. So, I put product on it, but it was still drying. And I had to keep my trusty rusty spray bottle. And boy, did I moisturize that hair from root to tip. But I put it in some real thick, about 2x2 boxed. Each braid was about 2x2 boxed. And she wanted hair added in. So I started to add the hair in. But as I was adding the hair in, I saw that adding the hair in was no different than her hair. I was like, what's the point? And I told her, I said, I'm not adding no more hair in your hair. I'm going to stop right here because it's not making no difference. None. Because when she was younger, we would add a little bit in to do her ponytails or whatever. She always had thick hair, but now, I was so tired, I couldn't even do my own hair. So now I'm up this morning to fight with my hair because I just learned, and I knew moisture was important, but my hair dries out quick. And if you're on a moisture retention journey for hair growth to keep your hair from breaking, you really have to wash your hair or shampoo or co-wash or whatever you're going to do at least once a week. And I am past my weekly wash, and my hair is bone dry. Well, what dries your hair out? Well, first of all, it's water, not oil, that keeps your hair moisturized. It's water. Water in the cuticles down the hair shaft that lock in when you put your creams and your oils on top of it. But water, just like if you put it on a table, you put a little bit of water on a table, at the end of the week, that water will be gone. You know why? Because water evaporates into the air. So whether you put your hair in braids, or you put your hair under a wig, or you put your hair in crochet, or whatever you do with your hair, or you leave your hair out, that water is going to escape and your hair is going to be dry. It's dry after about 4 weeks when you take your braids out, or 2 months when you take your sew in out. I don't care what you do, your hair is going to be dry. That's why they tell you be careful taking it out, that you don't break your, use water to take your hair out, or use oils or something for a slip factor. Water would be the best. That you wet it with water and then take it out. Okay. Of course, I didn't do that when I took their braids out. I probably should have, because I had to take all their braids out. And the oldest one had small box braids in the back and cornrows in the front. The baby girl just had box braids all over because I had done her hair. The oldest one had gone to the beautician. Now they're both supposed to go to the beautician this Saturday if their mom still decides to take them to the beautician. They're supposed to go to the beautician, but their hair is done for the week. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in. Last time I started on this side. This time I'm going to start on this side. I'm putting in my henna regimen that I use. Maybe I think I put this in like I want to say every 2 months. And basically I spray my ends to help me with the parting. And I fingered part. And when I spray my ends, that helps me part my hair. And then I use clips, basically, to hold my hair back. I just found a couple of more of my clips. Okay. So, I recently clipped my ends, and of course that's back of my hair. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, I recently clipped my ends, and they're still looking good. So what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of brush and my henna, like I said, regimen. I put in like maybe every 2 months, sometimes every 3 months. I've been using my black soap to wash my hair. And if you use like any type of shampoo product, the henna coats the strands. So the henna doesn't last as long. So I use the brush. And you are supposed, you couldn't put Vaseline or something on your 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 edges if you want to, but I'm not bothered by all of that, because you can also use some what's it called? God, I'm trying to think of it now. You can also use some um, nail polish remover and get it off or whatever, and rub it off or whatever, or it comes off over time, because henna doesn't really stain permanently. It is a natural conditioning, and it has a number of dyes that you can use. It's since it's a natural dye or a natural conditioner, um, it dyes where it's just natural, so it's not going to cause the problems that chemical dyes do, or even semi-permanent dyes do, that I have been using for years, and I'm so glad I stopped using them years ago, and I've been using henna. So I usually get mine's is Rashima, and they used to have it and it's a natural black. They used to have it in the beauty supplies and stuff like that, Walmart and stuff. But now the only way you can really get it is from Amazon or online, direct from the distributor. So that's about it. And I'm just applying it to the roots first. And the good thing about it is that it does help with thickness of the hair, and you can apply it like it helps with the thickness of the hair, and it can be applied all the way down the hair shaft. Because like I said, it's not like other dyes where you would just apply it only. And then I put that down, and I use that basically for my edges. So now I'm putting it like down the hair shaft. And I'm going all the way down to the ends, because one of the reasons why I go all the way to my ends is the fact that the henna helps really, and it's warm. I heat mine up. I do mine with warm water, but henna really helps protect the hair all the way down, and it helps with moisture retention. It, you know, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and take it all the way down to the end. So I just went ahead and it looks like I have some more growth, and I just trimmed my ends. I really did. I just trimmed my ends. I just so at any rate, just moving right along here. So going all the way down to the ends, and I won't be wearing this shirt no more in this lifetime because I stretched it out. Um, so to keep going here, I'm gonna, of course, go around the back first on both sides, and then I'll get the top. So I'm gonna spray this. You spray it. It's easier to part. Spraying it makes it easier to parting. And like I said, my hair is not nearly as thick. And if you keep your ends, no, I shouldn't have any feeling knots here. Relatively, there we go. You keep your ends relatively trimmed, you're not going to have a problem with a bunch of knots. I don't know. And I try to put it on evenly and as quick as I can, because I love the warmth of it when I'm putting it on. It's kind of therapeutic to me. It's kind of therapy. And of course, I bring my hair to the front. I used to do it to the back, but as it started to get longer, it started to get more difficult. Um, and it's really not the thickness of my hair anymore. It's the length of my hair that has become my biggest issue. It's the thickness in the back, but in the front, it's the length. Just trying to get the nap back here. Nap in here. And we can go down the hair shaft. And I usually use, you know what, it never ceases for me to use this henna and not spill it on myself. I usually use about 3 boxes, but I've been trying my best to stretch it if I can. I've been trying to stretch it. So here I'm gonna take this and twist the ends under. Probably gonna fall right back down but get up under here. I've been trying to use 3 boxes. I usually use the most on the left side because for most of you girls, you know that your hair is different on one side. Like this side is usually not as. But I noticed that since I've been trimming my hair, that this side has really been trying to show its tail over here. It's really, like my mama would say it, your tail. It has been really. Just come on up with the rest of it then. Okay, so we're gonna clip it and hold it for last. Now we're going over here. Okay. And we're gonna start working on this side, which is usually a lot easier. I mean, goes quicker. Doesn't use to me as much product as the other side does. Well, I'm gonna go in between here. It doesn't seem to use as much product for some reason. May have to get another box, guys. I might not have enough. I'm getting kind of scarce over here. Call myself trying to get away with 3 boxes. On this side. Don't forget. I mean, because did you see how many parts I had to make? I made 3 parts on that side, and on this side, I'm only making 2. I'm getting back here, the nap. They used to call it the kitchen. I'm gonna get up under the kitchen here. Kitchen. Okay. Uh-oh, it's getting on my face right here. Y'all see that? And now, I may need another box for the top. But that's okay. It doesn't sit on here as long. And if I need to get another box, I underestimated how much I had. Yeah, I'm gonna need another box. I'm gonna need another box for the top. Yes. That was my good old hubby. I need another box, guys. So, but at least you get an idea of how to apply it or how I apply this. And it's called, right, I'm gonna be selected because you know I'm at the end when I start doing this. I'm at the very end. I don't have a bone licking nothing. I got to get a whole nother box. So at least I know I can't skimp with 3 boxes. I definitely need 4. I tried to get away with 3. And I couldn't do it. But I tried. I tried to get away with 3 boxes. And I couldn't get away with the 3. Even though I tried, because I still have the top and I'm all out of product. So I'm going to go, and I have more gloves. And the way you take out your gloves is you take one off, and then take your other glove with your thumb, put it inside there so you don't get this stuff all over your hands. So I'm going to mix up some more product. It'll take me about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Heat the water up, mix it up, and do the top of my head because I've got quite a bit. If you want to see it, left, I mean, the whole top of my head. The whole top. Okay, back to my crown, like around my crown area. But my crown area has actually gotten thicker since I've been doing my hair growth regimen. And then it's probably why I need more, because the hair growth regimen has made my hair a little thicker, worn out. All right, guys. So that's the henna product, and I'll show it to you again. It's called Rashima, and I usually order it from Walmart or something, or not Walmart. I'm sorry. I usually get it on Amazon. Yeah, it's about $7 or $8 a box, and you get it according to the length of your hair. My hair is like almost waist length, so I get, and then I have to take into account that I have natural hair. Um, so it takes about 4 boxes because I just did 3, even if I do it soupy. And that was kind of soupy. Usually I do it real thick, but that was kind of soupy. I was trying to stretch it. So, really, ideally, if you're going to do your whole head, it's going to take about 4 boxes. And my suggestion is every time you do your hair, that you do your whole head, um, because it's a conditioner as well. And it can't hurt because it's henna. And henna is a plant. But some people are allergic to some plants. So make sure that you do a strand test or a skin test on your arm or something to make sure that you're not allergic to the plant itself. My husband was allergic to it. Um, he was allergic to it, and it broke him out. So he couldn't use it because of his skin, his pores. Sometimes it's your pores, especially if you want to put it on your face or try to dye some other part of your body with it, or condition, or whatever you're trying to do with henna. All right. So, guys, have a great day, and I'm gonna come back to show you the styling of my hair and my moisture routine again, just to remind you guys of how to do the moisture retention. I usually do mine in the shower though, most of it, and I do the sealing when I get out. All right. So have a great day, and love you guys. And remember, it's DIY back to basics, all about that natural hair, and it's all about the